Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Monday to you. Quick look here at Gala. We want to double check a couple things here. This 0.618 fib level, we might see a retest that here. I'm opening with that because there's an interesting behavior because we're seeing right here at this 0.618 fib level for the most recent time frame, also a potential resistance for us. So we're just going to go ahead and use the new fibs and kind of see roughly where that puts us. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. CryptoCash.tech is a site linked down below if you're curious about our trading academy, community, and signals group. By the way, we did take some really nice profits this weekend from Bitcoin, 54% 3 days. That was a nice trade we took on Thursday/Friday. We averaged into 67,400 and took profit at 72. So again, while we didn't catch a lot of the alts over the weekend because I wanted to make sure our volume was high enough for Bitcoin before we take some altcoins, I think right now at this point, small alt trades might be appropriate to consider. But once again, you want to be cautious, careful. See how the daily candlestick closes for Bitcoin first. Generally the best practice to wait for confirmation. So let's look at the backend data here for Gala, and we can see really a large amount of concentration at about 6.8 upwards of 7 cents for liquidation. Okay, so I would say there's a lot more incentive to push the price action higher than lower at this point based on just that massive amount of liquidation above the price. So keep that in mind. That's absolutely potential reality for Gala. If we take a look here, again, at the charts, we can kind of put, 6.8 on the map here. That's right at this point here, roughly where we're at. And again, if we take a look at the amount of volume, that's a pretty heavy concentration of volume. So we got a lot of leverage here at this point. Okay, so again, we could probably zoom a little bit further, kind of see. You can see roughly here at about 6.8, a heavy concentration of volume there in the most recent time frame. Obviously, there's a lot about 3.8. That's a ways away. We don't need to worry about that for the moment. But let's go ahead and double check a couple things here on the daily and work our way down. This is important. A lot of coins are doing this right now where they're breaking above the 20-day SMA. That's a very, very positive sign, letting us know the overall momentum has shifted. Bitcoin being one of those, also above the 20-day SMA. That's important. We can also see back up over 50 in the RSI. Same thing with Bitcoin as well. It's not falling exact here with Gala, but it's similar. A lot of coins are exuding similar behaviors. We can also see stochastic swinging up and MACD converging here too. So a lot of reasons why the price action is more likely to go up than down. But you do got to recognize there are some small CME gaps at like 68.5 for Bitcoin, 64,000 is the lowest point. So if we do see a correction, 64K I would say would be realistic for Bitcoin. Anything lower than that wouldn't make a ton of sense. But once more at this point, we could very well see the price never look back to, right? Bitcoin is trying to retest its most recent high here or all-time high, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. Either way, this isn't a Bitcoin analysis, but it's important to recognize what goes on with both. If you're ever going to trade altcoins, you need to know what goes on with Bitcoin, just kind of as a foundation. So I would recommend watching my daily Bitcoin analysis videos if you're curious what that entails. And let's just talk about this here, because again, this was this 0.618 fib level from previous retracement, right? 0.618 fib came down to essentially almost retest the more recent low. Having said all that, though, the reason why I mentioned that is because 0.618 is a pretty common retracement level. We can see right here 0.618 at about 6.5, 6.6 cents is that current resistance level. So it would make more sense for the price action to pull back and to retest this again as a potential cup and handle pattern for the price action to continue further up. Okay, we're still honoring this ascending trend. We're above all moving averages. Absolutely looking good here, but to me personally, I would look for an entry a little closer to the 63, 64 cent mark. Sorry, 6.3, 6.4 cent mark for Gala just to potentially get a better entry. There's no guarantees of that, folks. This could continue to run. And again, 0.618 fib level, it's not like a guarantee it's going to reject there, but it kind of already has. So if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that as a resistance. We're also at 70 in the RSI too, confirming the fact that we could very well see the price pull back. So that in conjunction with high money flow index does imply the price is likely to sustain this level, but all the more reason why it could very well retest that level after bouncing off this 0.5 fib. So let's take a look at the hourly and see if there's any confirmation of that. We're above all moving averages. This is fantastic. We can take a look at TD sequential. We are getting nice little resets along the way. These are healthy staircase patterns. Okay, so a lot of times they'll just continue to leg up. That's really good. Ichimoku Cloud confirming we have green light on all fronts here to leave our long position open. Okay, so if you have a long position open, leave it open. There's no reason to close it, but I can tell you that pullback would make sense, or in a perfect world we'd see something like that. The reason why I say that is because we can see this test here, this double test of this level. Okay, so if I kind of draw this out a little bit more effectively, you can kind of see these levels here if we use the right color, and you can kind of see right there multiple reattempts of the same level. Okay, so we got this guy here. We look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Price breaks through. more common for the price to come back to consolidate here and leg up again. Okay. Now again, I'm not claiming the price is going to pull back exactly, but I am saying that this would be a solid entry consideration if the price does pull back to that level. You could consider an entry right now and average down a little bit, but me personally, I'd much rather wait a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and consider entry. Again, I'm going to reevaluate when the price gets here, if it even does, at this I'd say 6.3, yeah, about 6.3, 6.4, right as a rough estimate. So if I get an alert that triggers later, I'm going to take a look at this here, see if it's worth getting in at that point. But again, a strong consideration for long level there, just because everything's looking pretty bullish. I just feel like Bitcoin could retrace a little bit, and if it does, it would make sense for Gala to bounce off the more recent fib level. And how this normally works too, in case you're curious about cup and handle patterns. Generally how they are supposed to work is with the cup and handle pattern, you can see the price action. When it comes back down, oftentimes it's going to work its way down in a bull flag type of pattern. So we're going to be looking for something along these lines as confirmation. Okay, so perfect world, again, price does one of these and launches from there. That's generally what we're supposed to find. Now, again, no guarantees it's going to happen, folks. So price could continue to run from here, but you got to keep in mind Bitcoin's retesting 72K. If it does end up, doing the same thing here for another, somewhat of a descending channel, it would make sense for Bitcoin to bounce off the 70/71K mark. Okay. Again, no guarantees on any of this, but generally speaking, Gala's looking strong. That's the summary. And if it were to break out, I'd be looking for a flag type of pattern here to the downside with lower lows and lower highs, coming close to that 6.3, 6.4 mark. Okay, so again, that's just kind of how I look at things. Do I want to jump into this coin right now? Kind of, but I'm going to be patient and wait a little bit longer and hope for a slight correction and then get in at a better entry. And again, keep in mind, folks, we could absolutely miss out on this opportunity if you don't get in right now. So I'm not trying to urge you to do so. Just make sure if you do get in now, small position size, maybe add to your position as it comes down lower, if it even does. If it doesn't, you got some skin in the game, price continues to run, you take profit. It's almost always a win-win if you use the right risk tolerance. Okay, so I hope that this made sense, folks, and I described this correctly. Thank you so much for watching. We'll go ahead and keep on keeping on. I look forward to working with you, though. If you want to become a better trader, we got a lot of new members coming over. Again, nice benefit to rewards there. If you use my link to register for Bitunix. But more important, take a look at some of these results. I mean, these folks are buying some pretty nice options here for Bitcoin, taking some nice profits from our trades. So congrats and kudos to y'all. Happy that's working out very well, and just deeply appreciate being part of your life. And thank you for sharing this experience with me. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.